What is up, Pokopia enjoyers? In this video, we are going to be doing a week-long fan art drawing challenge to see if I can improve my drawing skills with drawing fan art. I have started this drawing. The reference was the spring edition Red Bull, and to make a character based off that. And I'm going to be trying to redraw this character at the end of the week after drawing fan art for 7 days. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I will get into what I'm going to be doing, what people I'm going to be drawing, and why, I guess. Okay, let's get started with the inking. We're going to be using Deleter Black 4 and my dip pen. Oh no. That's something you gotta watch out for when inking like this, is what's dry and what's not, because you'll end up with smudging. So you gotta be very careful and work like one way at a time, so like left to right. So do like here first and then down, then this side. I didn't do that, so kind of messed up here as well, but it'll be alright. Alright, inking is done. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not sure if it's getting overexposed by my light over there, but I'm liking the look of this. It's turning out to be a pretty good piece. First, we'll wait for this to dry, and then we'll start coloring it. What's going on? Day 2 of the fan art drawing challenge, and today I think we will draw Ogre Cap from Uma Musume, Cinderella Grey, and the Uma Musume game, obviously. Ogre is my favorite character and main Uma to play with in the game. And yeah, going to be doing that. Not sure the pose I want to do just yet. I might look at some of the art books I have, or just find a pose. Yeah, let's get started. Alright, back for day 3, and today we're going to be drawing Marin Kitagawa from my Dress Up Darling. I have my fan book I'm going to use as reference and we're going to draw this outfit because it's the simplest and the most iconic. Well, minus the actual cosplays, but the one she is in most of the time. So let's get started on the time lapse. A little bit of footage because my camera died. For shit, I don't know what. Here's the settle. Here is the finished drawing. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just, it's all wrong. You know, this way too big, down here way too small, and then instead of using my dip pen, I just decided to use a normal pen, and the language was absolutely terrible. Actually, just zoom in. Just horrible. I don't like it at all. So yeah, not a very good, successful day. So get that out of here. And the new paper in. And today we're gonna switch it up and draw Ken Takakura, or Okarun, from Danadon. Dan from Danadan. So yeah, let's get started. get finished. The next one, again, not very good. I don't really like it. It's okay. It could be better. Try to fix the arms a little bit so it looks a little bit better. But again, upper body too big, I think. Even though, yeah, it's not great. But on to the next day. Welcome to day 5 of the art challenge, fanart challenge, and for day 5, we are going to be drawing someone from Oshinoko, one of my favorite series. Not totally sure who yet, but going to be taking reference out of the fan book of, all the illustrations from the creators, and use these as reference. All just amazing illustrations. So yeah, let's get started on that. And there we have it. The finished eye Hoshino. This one's looking a little bit better. Proportions are a little off, I think, in her legs. But overall, not as bad. Yeah. That is it for day... I don't remember. On to the next day, I believe. I am gonna do someone from Apothecary Diaries. I think that's what I have in my little notebook. So I'll see you all in the next day. Alright, and we are finished with day 6 of 7. And we finished with Memo from Polyhairy Diaries. And tomorrow will be the final day, and we will be drawing another original character and seeing if we improved any. As for this piece goes, I do like it. I think it's the best one out of all the days so far. It's also very simple, so yeah. See you all in the last day. Alright, it is the final day of the drawing challenge thing, and we're going to be doing another original character, and this time it will be with the new Summer Edition Red Bull, the new Lime Red Bull, and we'll be basing it off of. So let's get started. Alright, and this is the final day. I messed up quite a bit on the inking. Unfortunately, like you can tell here, I pulled her face out too much. It should have been like, you know, a lot nicer. So it kind of looks like it like bends out this way. Um, but it's not horrible. It's pretty simple once again. Decided to go with the gray. You know, just the normal um, block shading, I guess you would call it, and then just adding in the bits of color with the green, the yellow, which kind of looks a little bit more orange, not gonna lie. um, for the like the lemon lime of the drink, I don't have a color really close to the can, but that is close enough. And I think over the past week, um, I think drawing fan art did help a little bit. Um, but with anything, if you just practice, you're gonna get better anyways. But I do think it's a much funner way to practice instead of just doing anatomy studies all the time, doing fan art for a little while is fun, and you get to do a little bit more character design as well, which is always a plus. Figuring out like really paying attention to character design over just looking over the character or just drawing anatomy, you know, just drawing the figure. You have to actually pay attention to character design, like what makes the character design good and everything like that. But that is the end of this video. I'm going to be trying to do some live stream drawing studies here pretty soon and doing more live stream stuff in general. Comment down below what art video you want me to do next or what other videos you want me to do next. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.